Hello interweb, thank you for coming back and seeing my channel, or if you've never been here, thank you for being here for the first time. What this video is about basically is I'm going to talk a little bit about the stereo that I have here. It does a little bit of everything. It is a Pioneer. I can't remember the number. It's right there on the bottom. Let's see if we can zoom in and see the number. There it is. AVH120BT. That means Bluetooth. So if you look at my other videos, I have this radio in my Ford F-150, and I recently sold my Ford F-150, and now I took it out because I'm going to put it in my daughter's F-150. But since I did that, I never showed, kind of like how I hooked it up and what it has, what's available, stuff like that. Now, this one does come with two presets. One is for the subwoofer, and then the other one is for the amp. So if you want to subwoofer here and then another amp there, so you can actually connect two amps. And it'll say here the RSW. See if you can see that rear subwoofer. So that's what that connection is there. This is auxiliary. This is RCIN. I forget what that is. And then here's your antenna over here. And then you have all your wires. Now, I don't suggest you doing this here. I'm going to get a lot of flack from people saying you can't do radios that way. That's not professional. Well, I'm not a professional car installer. Never claimed to be. But I will tell you this. I had that truck for about 4 years. And never, ever, ever, ever did I have an incident with anything at all. So as far as I'm concerned, this works. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to show you this video is because this right here is an aftermarket, well, I forget what you call it, but I'll put it in the description here. I'm going to put it right here what it's called. But I guess it's an adapter. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's an adapter for the car that you have now, so that you don't cut off the wires. So what will happen is this piece here alone with these wires, just this little piece here, will cost about maybe $15 to $20, sometimes $30, depending on the car. And this connects to your OEM type stereo. That way you don't have to cut wires and try to put yellow with yellow and green with green. You don't have to do all that. So basically when you buy this, it'll come color coded, and as you can see, here's a white wire, and guess what you're going to connect that white wire to? Well, you're going to connect it to a white wire. See that? White with white. And then one will come white negative with a line, with a black line, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to connect that wire to a white, and you can see there's a black line. You're going to connect that to the black line of the radio, and you just keep doing that back and forth till you connect all the wires. Now, the only difference here is going to be, let me see. Yeah, no, here yellow goes with yellow, red goes with red. Now, yellow is going to be your constant power, I believe. Sometimes it'll be orange. And then, let me see. You'll have some other wires that you won't need. And black goes with black, obviously, which is your ground. And this one here is pretty interesting. This green one here, it'll be marked, and it'll say, let's see if we can get it in focus, parking brake. So you connect this one to the parking brake, and what happens is when you put your brake on, it'll allow this to be grounded, and then you can watch your movie. So the idea was you cannot drive and see the radio, or I mean not the radio, you can't drive and see a movie while you're driving. Now what I used to do is I would just bypass that. I would bypass this to make it work while I was driving. I got a video out there that you can check out, and it shows you how to bypass that. Okay, go to my videos and you'll find it. So all I had to do with this one really is, because I had a 2007 Ford F-150, and it already had a double DIN hole, because that's what that radio came with. So all I had to buy was this plate, and then buy the aftermarket, adapter, and connect all the wires and hook it up, and it was ready to go. The only other thing I had to do, if you look at my video that I have, I did add a subwoofer, and I added the subwoofer to these RCA jacks, and then I had bass, you know, and it just sounded freaking amazing. The only other thing I did too, if you go to my F-150 videos, you'll see where I changed out the 2 front and the 2 back speakers that came with the factory speakers, that is. Now, the reason that I have this is because in the old days, before we could do this, this is what we used to use. You know, we put this up for the kids, and this one was pretty neat because you could set it up like a laptop. Look at that. And you just hit play, whatever, and you know, the kids will see that. You can even fold it up like in reverse and have it like that. So this was pretty cool, and it still works. But I just wanted to show you that that's about a 7-inch screen, and guess what? So is this one. But the one I have here is going to be, this one's going to be better looking. It's going to look better. The resolution is better, that is. And this is the Pioneer, and it still works. Now, like I said, I've had it about 4 years, and I'm going to put it in my daughter's truck, and it's going to work as well too. No matter what, it's still going to work. But for people who don't understand how these work and are afraid, or not afraid, you're just, you know, this is like a beginner's video basically. If you're afraid of doing things, you know, a certain way, this detaches from here, I think. I'm not going to do it, but anyway, so basically you're going to have, these wires are not that scary, guys. They're really not. Basically what you're going to have is 2, 4, 8 wires that are speaker wires. And you'll know because they'll be the same color, like there'll be 2 white, 2 green, 2 blue, you know, things of that sort, 2 purple maybe, and one will have a black stripe and one won't. Those are going to be your speaker wires, and they're usually going to be separate. So if you look at this here, all of these here are going to be your speaker wires. These are all your speaker wires, and they're going to connect to the stereo speaker wires. And then you're going to have your power, your negative, your constant power, you know, to keep the clock on right here. And sometimes they'll be like, this will say antenna connection. See that? I'll tell you what I use this for. I use this to turn on, it'll say remote on the on your amplifier, and I'll connect it to the amplifier, and when I turn on the car, this will give power to the amplifier, because this used to give power to the antenna. You see, if you have a power antenna, this will give power to the antenna and raise the antenna. Well, now what this will do is give power to the amp, and then you got your bass. You see, so that's what I use this for. Now, some people will use this instead of, you know, UIL, I think it's called, tape. But like I said, I've always used this, and with the heat, it stayed together. I had no problems. But now they sell these little plastic things that you can heat. It's like a heat wrap, and then you use a lighter, and then it'll melt, and it'll make the wires together. The only problem with that is, if I ever change cars or I sell the car, truck, or whatever, and I want to get the stereo out, I'm gonna have to cut the wires, you know, because they're together. Now here I don't. Here, if I just want to, you know, disconnect the wire, I just do that, and boom, I'm done. See? Take that off, and I can take this whole thing off, and I don't have to be messing with melted wires and things of that sort. Again, like I said, I'm old school. But I kind of just wanted to show you the back here, a real quick video. This video isn't going to go longer than 10 minutes. But that's it. This is the aftermarket thing you're going to need when you buy an aftermarket stereo. You take out yours, and then what happens is when you sell your car or truck, you can put it back in there, and nobody will ever know, because, you know, everything, there's not going to be any lines cut or anything. You're still going to have the factory thing that goes in here and connect it to your old radio, and there you go. You sell it, and they'll never know that you had an aftermarket radio in there. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. I haven't made a video in a while, and I need to start doing them again, and I will. So please follow and subscribe. I'm going to start doing more videos. And any questions, please ask me. And like I said, I have a lot of videos on this particular stereo. It does not mirror, I'll tell you that right now. This is one of the most inexpensive ones. I bought it about 100, 150 bucks, can't remember. The one's 200, 300, that's the one you can mirror, and they're going to have maps and all this other stuff. But if you got any questions, like I said, let me know. I'll answer them. I'm pretty good at answering them the minute, you know, like within 10, 15 minutes of when you ask the question. Other than that, have a great day, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped somebody. Thank you.